Hi, I'm Alex from Wilkinson Cameras, and a couple of days ago I managed to get my hands on the brand new Canon RF 28-70 F2.8 IS STM lens. This is a brand new addition to Canon's full frame lens lineup for EOS R mirrorless cameras. So if you've got an EOS R, EOS RP, R8, R6 Mark II, then this is probably going to be of interest to you. It's a great everyday zoom lens with that all-important f2.8 aperture, making it a really good low light lens and also capable of producing images with really pleasing bokeh. And I mean, I was blown away with the bokeh and the images that this produced. I only had it for 24 hours, so I took it out with me for the day while I went for a hike with some friends. I used it on the EOS R Mark II, but I think this is a really good lens for the R8, and together they'll make a really compact and lightweight combo. The lens also has IS, which makes up for the lack of IBIS in the R8 as well. The optical image stabilisation on the lens offers up to 5.5 stops of compensation with a non-stabilised body, but combine that with the fast 2.8 aperture throughout the zoom range, and you've just got a really good low light zoom lens. Pair it with a body like IBIS, like I did, and you're going to get up to 7.5 stops. It's also weather sealed, which is a first for a non-L series Canon lens. So when paired with a weather sealed body, you'll actually be able to use it in the UK. For our non-UK viewers, that was a little bit of a dig at the fact that our summer hasn't really summered. But I did get lucky for once, and it was nice and dry when I went out. The first thing that you're going to notice is that the lens really is very small, considering that it's f2.8 all the way through. It's less than 10 centimeters long for travel anyway, and it weighs less than 500 grams. It wasn't an issue to carry around all day, and it balanced really nicely with the R6 Mark II. It's a little bit longer when you're actually using it, as it's one of those lenses that compacts down for storage, but you do have to extend it when using it. I actually find this quite irritating. It's not a feature I personally enjoy in any lenses. I want it ready to shoot all the time, and I know I could just leave it set to shoot, but it's just a habit to retract the lens when I'm walking around. But don't let this minor detail put you off, because this lens really blew me away. I was so impressed with the quality for both stills and video. It is so sharp, and the bokeh is perfectly round. It's just drop dead gorgeous. Image quality wise, it's just a real winner for this compact non-L lens. So a bit more on the build. It features a control ring, so you can set this to control aperture if you like. There's no focus hold buttons, but on such a small lens, I didn't really miss these. The mount is metal and weather sealed, as I've mentioned. You do of course have these standard switches on the barrel of the lens like AF, MF, or controls, ring setting, and the stabilizer on off switch. I suspect this will come with a lens hood, but I wasn't sent one for testing, and I don't have the confirmed spec just at the time that I'm filming this, but I'll put a link to the product below, which will confirm any missing details at launch. The lens has been designed with both stills and video in mind, and it promises minimal focus breathing to ensure that your subject stays the same size even when pulling focus, and using it for video was really enjoyable. The sharpness, the bokeh, the minimal focus breathing, and the great continuous AF means that it really is a very good video lens. The minimal focus breathing has been achieved optically with the physical design of the lens, but you can also pair this with the built-in focus breathing reduction in compatible camera bodies as well. The STM motor is also fast and it's very quiet, which is essential for video. And when paired with the incredible AF found in the R6 II, the R8, etc., of course the f2.8 constant aperture also means consistent exposure when zooming in video as well, if you are zooming in video. The RF 28-70mm takes a 67mm filter. I used a ProMaster variable ND filter for all the video that I shot that day. Without it, I just couldn't have made the most of that f2.8 aperture and the more cinematic look that this allowed me to achieve. If you do plan to shoot a lot of video, do make sure to take a variable ND with you. The lens design includes UD and spherical elements to ensure that you achieve sharp images with reduced distortion, aberrations and flare. The image quality is a significant step up from a kit lens, and I was really surprised by how good it was. I loved this for portraits, but for landscape images, it appears to be sharp edge to edge with very impressive detail at every focal length. I think you will be extremely happy with the quality of the images and video that this lens will give you. And of course for low light, it's absolutely perfect. I took a portrait of my friend in very low light, and having an f2.8 lens made it possible without having to ramp up my ISO. Plus, the IS allowed a longer shutter speed on top of that. Let's look at the other options that you've got out there. You've got the RF 24-105 f4 to 7.1 kit lens, or you'd probably be then considering the 24-105 f4L lens. My cat is in the background and you're probably about to hear him start yelling. The 28-70 f2.8 sits right between both of these in terms of size and weight. The 24-105 f4 to 7.1 lens is an okay lens at the price point that it sits, but really you do want to be moving away from that if you want more features and better image quality. The image quality from the new 28-70 f2.8 blows this lens out of the water. The RF 24-105 f4L is very close in price to this RF 28-70 f2.8, but it is bigger and it is heavier, but it's an L lens and it has the USM motor, so you're going to want to consider, do you want the sharpest and the best L lens image quality and that faster focusing? And can you sacrifice the f2.8 aperture? Do you, for your shooting, realistically need to shoot at f2.8? Is a slightly heavier lens problematic for you? If the answer to these questions is a resounding no, then you should probably look towards the more versatile focal length and the L quality that the 24-105 f4L is going to give you. But if you shoot wide open a lot and every gram counts in your kit bag, then you need to seriously consider this 28-70 f2.8, because at this price point, it's ticking a lot of boxes for a lot of photographers and videographers. Why have I not compared it to the RF 28-70 f2 lens? Well, because it might be the same focal length, but it's a whole other animal from where this lens is aimed at and the people who will be considering it. You wouldn't compare a mid-range BMW to a Ferrari. And I know you're probably yelling at the screen, but Sigma also make a 28-70 f2.8 lens and it's much, much less expensive. It's true, they do, but you can't use it on your Canon camera. And while Sigma are making RF lenses for crop sensor cameras, I do think we're a while off them being licensed for the full-sized RF mount at the moment. Canon described this lens to me as an affordable, compact f2.8 zoom lens option. The lens is launching at £1,249 in the UK, and I'm not sure if I can say that this is affordable and keep a straight face, but is it a fair price? Well, before I tested it, I might have said it was a bit too expensive, but I didn't realise how good it was going to be. Having tested it and seen what it's capable of, I think the price is probably okay. It's not an entry-level lens. It's a weather-sealed lens which produces fantastic sharp images throughout the focal length range. The bokeh is drop-dead gorgeous. It's perfectly round or silky smooth depending on your background. It handles different lighting really well with no flare and no noticeable aberrations. It's small and light. I'd happily have this as my everyday zoom lens as a result, and it's an f2.8 lens. Fast apertures do come at a price. Usually f2.8 lenses are quite heavy, but I've carried around this on a long day when it's not bothered me in the slightest. I'd happily take this out and about with me on most of my travels, and that's what you want, isn't it? You want kit that you want to take out and want to take out and enjoy using, and I really enjoyed using this. So what do you reckon? Are you excited by this new release from Canon? Will the RF 28-70 f2.8 IS STM be your next lens purchase? Is this the lens that's going to make you switch from DSLR to Canon mirrorless? Please let us know in the comments. We'd love hearing from our viewers, and do remember that you can buy it from us as well, and we'll put some links below for you. We're an independently owned business with real life high street stores, so your support does mean a lot to us, even if that's just to subscribe so that you can see our next review video. And that was the Canon RF 28-70 f2.8 IS STM, and as always, thank you for watching.